see some people that have difficulty holding them when they're lacing them. First priority is how to hold the fantail when you're lacing it. Basic way to do it is you want to get the flights coming out the back underneath the shoeing. I usually put my pointer in the back because I'm going to use this finger in lacing. After the middle finger, you put the 2 feet through there, and what you do is you just hold the ball of the back of the foot, and it gives you a nice comfortable angulation to the tail. The bird's comfortable and it sets. First order is to always put your tail feathers in order, and the best way to do that is I'll take the first part of the shoeing feather and pull that forward, and when you pull that forward you can actually see the next one coming in line. If you take a look at the bottom, as you're pulling that, you'll see the next one that's moving, which would be this one here. And you pull that one forward, and you got the next one. You'll know when they're not in order. There's a restriction, and it's tight. You'll see a feather moving up further in the top. So again, you pull this forward, and you see that the next one. There you go, and you just pull them all in order, just like that. And you could feel it. For instance, if I were to take this feather right here, this is my next feather. For instance, if I were to take the earlier feather or the later feather, you'll feel a restriction in there and it just doesn't want to come out. So just reorder them. Don't be afraid of moving them back and forth. So one on top of the other, just like a deck of cards. Continue this process right to the center of the tail. As I'm one that laces from the center down, a lot of people go from the bottom up. I just find it easier to go from the center down. Again, you pull it up towards the center. And I just use a visual. Center of the cushion, that's where I'll stop on the right hand side. Then I switch hands underneath, go to the left hand side. Again, pull that shoeing forward. And you'll feel them just line up one on top of the other. This is a good time to straighten out some of the frets in the tail itself. So I'm moving towards the center. Once I get to the center, and as you can see, everything's in order just like a deck of cards. You place everything one on top of the other. Next thing I'll do is I'll look at the center here, and you could see these feathers right here are a little bit tilted like so. These ones here are a little bit tilted the opposite direction like that. Now what I want to do is I want to create a nice flat surface here, and what this will do is it'll give the bird the stability in the pocket so it doesn't tend to run its head one way or the other down the side of the tail. If there's no comfort in there, the bird will pull in that direction. A lot of people have seen this where the head setting is a little bit off where it turns in. So what I do here is basically grab the base of the feather in the back with my pointer, and I'll take this because this feather is turned this way. I want to just turn it the opposite way and just get it a little bit flatter in the pocket. And you just go all the way around that pocket area, like so. Take those feathers, put them back in order, and remember the whole feather has to be on top. There we go. The same goes on this side. So I want to make this flatter, just turn it to the left. There we go. Put them all back in order again. You can see where I started here and I started there on the right side. When you take a look at it, it gives you a flatter